What up, tile friends? Hope everybody's having a great hump day. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're making your way through the week and it's being a profitable week, a good week for you. You're getting a lot of stuff done. The first week of a new year, a brand new year. What a great time to be alive. What a great time to be in business. Business is booming. A lot of you are booked out. But are you tracking each job's profitability, and how do you do that? That is the subject of today's Hump Day Financials, brought to you by Performance Financial LLC. I'm going to be sharing with you about a 6-minute clip here from one of our Tile Money Mastermind sessions where Drake came in and shared some great information in a spreadsheet. And if you like the looks of this spreadsheet, I encourage you to book a call with Drake. He's in the Facebook group. If you are having trouble getting a hold of him, you can go to his website, performancefinancialllc.com, and just book that free consultation. Chris, good to see you, brother. Chris is in the mastermind. He can tell you how good it is and the type of information we are receiving over there. But I wanted to share with everybody a 6-minute clip from one of our masterminds, and we are talking about evaluating each job's profitability. And I'm going to share this clip with you right now. And I just want to tell you about one thing else that's happening today. Today at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and just a little over 4 hours from now, about 4 hours, 15 minutes to be exact, we are getting together. It's a free Zoom masterclass, mastermind for everybody. The link is wherever you're watching this, or if you're in the podcast notes there, get that link. It's a Zoom call, register for it. And if you missed it, guess what? Reach out to me, and we're going to make this recording available next week for everybody who missed it. But we would love to have you there. That way we can get some good social interaction. We can answer your questions. It's not only myself, but I've got Grant with us today from happytileguy.com, and we have Drake with us as well. So we are going to answer your financial questions, your marketing questions, your tile business questions. You want to come and talk about whatever you want to talk about business-wise. We want to hear your goals, and I am going to give you some tools today to help you set and achieve and hopefully exceed your business goals and personal goals in 2023. It's really important that you do this and make this a fantastic year. And there's a simple formula for doing this that I've come up with, and I've been able to implement this formula in my life and business, and it's working really good to keep me on track. Because if you're like me, you get distracted, you see a squirrel, whatever, you know the drill. You're an entrepreneur, you're a small business owner, and we get busy all the time. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. All right. So if you are interested, it is called Design Your Business to Succeed in 2023. And the Zoom registration link is in the description of this video, wherever you're watching that. Let's get to this powerful presentation. It's just 6 minutes, and it's going to give you some information, give you some value on how to evaluate each job's profitability mark.
So there's kind of two parts to this spreadsheet, and I'll talk about them individually. So the first part is this section over here. And this section over here is really the driver of our inputs over on this side. So this section over here takes a look at these costs that go into producing a job that are tough to pinpoint how much cost went in. So like, these are what we typically call overhead costs. So things like, how much small tools did we use? How much miscellaneous supplies that we didn't purchase directly for that job? Things like fuel for our vehicles as we're driving around. We're not measuring how much fuel we use for a specific job. We're just driving to jobs, and when our trucks are empty, we fill them up, right? How much repairs we have on our tools and our equipment, what our insurance is. Typically, these aren't job-related expenses, but these are expenses that we require to have to get us perform this type of work, right? So over here, basically what we're doing is we're looking at, for a specific point in time, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, maybe it's a quarter, we can fill this little section out up top here. So in this scenario here, I think we have it for a month. They had $20,000 in payroll, which equated to 260 hours of time between all their employees. And then they had these miscellaneous costs that went into producing their work. So down here, really what we're trying to come up with is an average hourly rate for these overhead costs. So when we add up these costs here, 417, 600, 500, 2000. Those come up to about $6,600 in costs. We divide that number by 260 hours. We get what I call our burden rate per hour. So a lot of times it's easy when we're doing a job to go, hey, it took us 10 hours or, a week to perform this job. What we forget is how much of these costs go into it. And so since we're good at estimating the hours that we had onto the job, let's make our overhead rate an hourly rate. So if you got an employee, let's call him Tom up here. Tom makes $26 an hour and he worked 8 hours for you for the day. Well, Tom's labor for you cost 8 times 26 is $208. He also cost you another $26 in these other costs that aren't related to the job. So the goal is let's allocate those costs as well as their labor to specific jobs. So you can fill in your employees. If you got more than 5 employees, we can add more lines in here, but we're going to kind of walk through what this template helps do is it evaluates job profitability as well as do you have good employees, or if you do have employees, to make sure that they're understanding, to make sure you're understanding, are your good guys doing a good job? Do you have any bad eggs that maybe we need to let go? How's your team performing as well? So let's go look at a job. So specifically, you can type in anything that's highlighted, any cell that's highlighted in here, you can edit. So like these up here, we can edit the name and their title. We can edit the hours they worked, their pay rate, all that kind of stuff. To go down, we performed a job today or this week, however you want to enter it in. Let's call it job, Danny's Kitchen, right? Whatever you want to name that job. I have 2 separate line items in here for how we add in what we bill. Now, some guys might just do a flat rate billing where they say, hey, it's going to be $5,000 to perform this job. Some guys might do a cost plus where, hey, here's labor, here's materials, and we get a markup on each. So you can fill it in however it works for you guys. In this scenario, let's just do where it's flat rate. We're just going to bill at one price and we're going to bill out $5,000. All right. So Tom, in this scenario, he's going to spend 15 hours on this specific job. So Tom's revenue associated with his production to this job, he gets all 5,000. We had another guy, Julio, in here that had 12 hours. This automatically calculates their revenue based on each employee. So it'll break it out based on total hours. So you can quickly kind of look at that. But overall, it's $5,000. Tom's got 2,700 of it. Julio's got 2,200 of it. Then if you have direct costs that are related to that job, like tile, any type of sealer, whatever you're buying specifically for a job, and you can quantify that, it's not one of these costs that are tough to quantify to a job. Let's say it's specifically tile, you got $2,500 worth of tile in there. You can add in those costs down here as well, so we can calculate our overall profit on these jobs. So what we're doing from above is we're bringing in their total hours, how much revenue we allocate to them, how much of the material costs we're going to allocate to them. Then we also add in what their labor costs are and what their burden costs are based on each employee. That's going to give us each employee's total cost as well as the total cost that goes into a specific job. And now we can see the profit each employee made and our profit percentage on that job. So the goal behind this spreadsheet is for it to take you 5 minutes to produce a day, but give you really, really valuable information to go make decisions with. So.
All right. Well, how did you guys like that? Did that help you understand kind of the formula to evaluate a job's profitability? Of course, there's more to it. And I know, you might be watching a phone, weren't really able to zoom in on some of that. But if you want this spreadsheet, it's a free spreadsheet. Just put in the comments wherever you're watching this that you would like it. You can PM me, DM me, however you want to do that. And like I said, don't hesitate to reach out to Drake. Go to performancefinancialllc.com. The link should be in the show notes wherever you're watching this, and book your free business financial consultation. You guys might be a right fit. If you don't already have a bookkeeper, an accountant, a financial advisor, reach out to Drake. And what I love about Drake is he's really intent on educating people, whether or not you do business together. That's why he comes on the mastermind and comes on the podcast near weekly here to share information and really educate you guys. He's really intent on just helping in the positive movement we've got here on Tile Money. And once again, I wanted to remind you, I really like the way he, wrapped it up there at the end. If we're not evaluating each job's profitability, nothing's worse than losing money and not knowing where it's going. I talk to business owners, and I experienced it myself and still experience it to some extent. We lose money in areas and we're not sure where it is. We said, hey, we made more money than we did last year. Have you ever said this? I made more money than I did last year, but I don't know where the profits are. I don't know where all the money went. That's because your eyes and your brain is not on the money. You don't know where it's all going. You don't know where it's allocated to and where it might be leaking. And so a tool like this, a free tool that Drake has given you, can really assist you to keep your eyes on your money. And we will get you that spreadsheet for sure. Just PM me your email, and we'll make sure to get you that. And now listen, I want to remind you guys one more time, Design Your Business to Succeed starts in just 4 hours, 4 hours from now at 4 p.m. Eastern today. It's a free 1-hour Zoom masterclass with myself, with Drake, with Grant, and we are going to discuss, I'm going to look at your business holistically, and I'm going to give you some information and give you some positive reinforcement to set goals for yourself in 2023 and really look at your business and say, where are we going long term? Where are we going in 5 years? But I want you to break it down to the point where you have quarterly and monthly and weekly goals. That way you know exactly what you need to do. If you want to get to $500,000 in sales, you want to get to $1 million, you want to get to $2 million, you've got to set your goals. You've got to know how many sales calls that means, and you've got to know how to go out and market yourself and all these things. So we're going to approach it as a holistic approach. We're going to be there to answer questions. Mostly we want to hear from you today. We want to talk, we're not going to talk at you too much. We want to talk with you and really get to know you. And this is a great opportunity. We're going to be doing this once a month and holding these free master classes on Zoom for you all. And if you want to jump in there, the link is wherever you're watching this. It's just a registration on Zoom. And we want you to design your business to succeed in 2023. I want to see you do better this year than you did last year. That's the point of business. And say, hey, Luke, I want to stay small. Maybe some of you are thinking this right now. I'm a one-man, one-person operation here, Luke. I don't need to grow. Well, guess what? Growth, in my opinion, other people will tell you you can only grow by adding personnel. I will tell you, you can grow by charging more. You can grow your bank account. You don't have to grow in personnel. And of course, the value has to be there. You have to know your business, but I want to help you reach your goals in 2023. So jump on the Zoom call today. It is free for everybody. It will be very informative, and we're going to have fun. We're just going to get to know each other, and we will provide you some tools that you can take with you and apply to your business, whether you want to work with Drake or work with myself or work with Grant or not. That's entirely up to you. All right, everybody, happy Hump Day. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see all of you. We've got a lot of great people registered for this Zoom class already, and I'm looking forward to it. See you in 4 hours. We'll talk at you later, Tile friends.